are live. Hey guys, welcome back to Covenant Canon's monthly Q&A submissions. Q&A live stream, I mean. For those of you who don't know what this is, basically, it is me, Covenant Canon here, pretty much reading out all the questions and submissions from... Oh, hang on. Oh, hold on a moment. Something's been borked in my screen here. Hang on. Let me just change that. There we go. Sorry about that. First... Oh, man. Oh... I already saw that there was a bit of a glitch there. Sorry about that. Where was I? Oh, yes. Basically, this is I go off and read off questions that are submitted in the Covenant Canon Discord server. If you don't know where that is, it is in the description box below. All you need to do is click onto the link, join up, and if you want to have your questions submitted, just scroll on down to the community section of the channel, and there will be a Q&A submission tab. There you can just ask away all your questions. Just make sure that they're appropriate, nothing too creepy, and they don't necessarily have to be Halo related, but generally speaking, as this is a Halo channel, it's usually kind of expected at this point. But yeah. So, like the title of the stream implies, I will be playing a Halo mod from Halo 2. A mod that came out, I think a few months ago. I think it was either in October or maybe November. I'm not entirely sure, but this is Gravemind Revamped. And honestly, I played this a bunch of times, and honestly, it's just so fun. And I felt like playing it here, and while answering some of your questions. And I think I'm gonna let's start with normal, just because I am just terrible at normal at any of the other heroic and legendary stuff. So yeah, let's just boot this up. And while waiting, I think I'm going to get up Discord and the YouTube live chat. Alright. Gotcha. There we go. Okay. Oh, here we go. We're in the thick of it. Let me just take care of some of these brute honor guards, and I will answer away the first questions. There we go. Okay, so moving on. So let's start for our first question from Arcos Valdul Helheim Scion. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm pretty sure, and I'm screwing that up so badly. What is your opinion on bats? And are you drinking enough water? Now, for that question, I don't really know what to say about bats, because I don't really... I mean... they're fine, I guess. I would be terrified a bit with bats a bit. As to the second question, probably not as enough as I probably should. I drink a lot of Gatorade and Dr. Pepper, though hopefully I probably should be drinking a lot more water, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright. Now that that's out of the way, let's move on next to the other question, which is coming from Rising Fire Spreads Its Light. Oh, hang on. Let me take care of this Jirohanai. There we go. Alright, back to Rising Fire. He said, have you heard about Skybound's Transformers comic series? No, I haven't really, I don't really read that many comics these days. So I don't really have much of an opinion on it, and nor have I ever heard of it. So, sorry about that. Oh, hang on. There we go. Ah, crap. Ugh. Okay. Now, to the second question from Rising Fire. He asked, what is your favorite cover art from any of the Halo novels? Ooh. I'm gonna be a very basic bitch here and say Broken Circle. I really love the oh, hang on. No, get away. Okay, I'm hiding. I'm gonna hide like a bitch. All right, now back to the question. I'm gonna have to say. Oh, hang on a minute. Let me try and adjust my mic here. A little too close. Okay. I would say Broken Circle would be my favorite cover art because it really shows the vibe of the Covenant while also showing the setting of the Refuge and the Covenant ships, which we learned, I think last year, that they're like a really old brand of Covenant ships called the, oh, what they're called? I think they're called like Yulzomer pattern ships? I mean, I can't remember. If someone knows, please let me know in the comments. Oh, here we go. Whole bunch of honor guards. Now, for those who haven't really already grasped it, this mod pretty much revamps the whole events of the Great Schism. As you can see here, here's a freaking phantom dropping some Sang-Healy buddies. Even though they're not technically buddies, they will also try and kill me. Alright. While the Sang-Healy and Jirohanai kill each other, let me just answer some more questions. From Core Julama. I think that's Julama. No, it's Core Julama. Okay. Do you know about the voice filter for the Covenant starting in Halo 3? I do not, unfortunately. I'm not really sure what you mean by that, honestly. This is the first time I'm hearing about filter. So, I'll have to look that up later.
Watch out for the captain. It's got a brute shot.
Yep. Also known as a Deathlopper for all the lore nerds out there. Okay, I'm moving away. Okay. Yep, there's a reason why. Oh, really? All the way back here? Come on. Fine. Alright. There we go. That solved that matter very quickly.
Right this way.
Okay. No. Oh boy. Okay. Come, my Sang-Healy brethren. Kill those filthy drolls. Okay. Okay, now, while waiting for the Sang-Healy to kill the others, I will read out another question from Rising Fire, who is also in the live chat as the researcher. How's it going, man? Hope you're having a good day and a good weekend. His question is, what piece of Halo media do you think has gotten a better reputation with the passage of time? Ooh. That's a good question. A good reputation over time. Wow, the Jirohanai did short work with the Sang-Healy there. Jeez. Okay. Ugh. Oh, I'm gonna have to play this out smart.
Watch out for the captain. It's got a brute shot.
Jeez, these turrets are... There we go. Oh, I hope you're feeling better, man. I'm feeling, like, okay. I wouldn't say like 100%, but enough to do a live stream, if that makes sense. Alright. Oh! Where are you going? You're not staying up in a turret. Get away. There we go. Let me see if I can grab this death lobber. Oh, if you guys haven't noticed, here, this mod has an additional Covenant cruiser there, an assault carrier off in the distance, which I think is from Sins of the Prophet, I think. And it shows a couple Banshees fighting off. So, that's a nice little... It's a different... This mod really shows off the whole events of the Great Schism a little more profusely than the vanilla game does. So... Oh, what? How did I not kill him? Alright. There we are. But back to the question from Rising Fire. I think the one piece of media that has really improved its reputation over time, I think in terms of game, I would say Halo 4. It's gaining a lot more love from fans these days. Oh, no. And in terms of books, I think the Halo 5 books are starting to get a little more love. Because I remember back in the day, people, it was very controversial for Halo fans. In fact, that's kind of one of the reasons why I haven't really touched them, which I probably should, honestly. Seeing as this book pretty much, the book series pretty much helps kickstarts the whole blooding years and all that. But yeah, in my opinion, yeah, I would say in terms of games, Halo 4 is in books. I would say the Halo 5 series.
Wait a minute. I'm reading marine ISS transponders. The signals are originating somewhere below.
Hang on. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Forgot these Geeky are here. Nope. Get away. Get away. Where'd you come from? Freaking sneaking up behind me. Alright, before I proceed on, let me answer another question from Rising Fire, which is, as a follow-up question, what piece of Halo media do you think has gotten worse reputation with the passage of time? Oh, I would say Legacy of Onyx. The Legacy of Onyx books. I mean, personally, I don't have that much of a problem with it, as most people do, but I do know that it has not really gotten that big of a reputation lately. In fact, I do remember seeing a whole lot of people, when they mention Legacy of Onyx, it's kind of given not so fine opinions. And I think the same can be said with Halo 5 in terms of the campaign, which I honestly can't disagree with. It's, as much as I love the St. Helios missions, the story leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion. Oh no. No. Okay. Alright. Let me just take care of some of these Covenant dudes, and I will move on to the next series of questions. Oh, hang on. I will take some more of these Jurol scums. I will teach them a lesson in demon play. And for those of you who don't know, how's it pronounced? Jurol Yeah, that's kind of a Sangheili slang for Jiro Hanai. It's pretty much, I think for the Sangheili, it's meant to be called, it's meant for, to be like stunted wood or something in the Sangheili language, which is definitely meant to be like the Jiro Hanai equivalent to Nishum for humans. Alright, now that we cleared those guys out, I will answer another question from Core Julama. 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 Oh, jeez, I forgot there was one berserker. Oh, jeez. Freaking sneaking up behind me. Freaking. Get away. Get away. No. Freaking. Piss off. Alright. Where was I? Oh, sorry. So, from Core Julama. I think that's how it's called? I'm probably butchering that. I'm so sorry, man. How well could a stealth infantry... Okay, wait a minute. How well could a stealth infantry work in Halo? Stealth infantry? I'm not sure... I'm pretty sure you're referring to the stealth units in Halo 2 and... Halo CE and 2. The ones with active camo. Stealth infantry? As to stealth infantry like regular Covenant dudes with active camo, I would say that the stealth infantry could be used for assassination or espionage aboard like enemy ships like Halcyons and stuff like that. No! Well, that was stupid on my part. Oh, come on. Yeah, but back to the question, I would say stealth infantry could possibly be used for like infiltration of enemy warships and stuff like that. Oh, okay. Ah, hang on. Not all of them. Nope, that's not all of them. Oh. There we are. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I think stealth infantry could be used for espionage aboard enemy ships and assassination of high-value targets, like, I don't know, a human captain or gaining access to a ship's AI to uncover Earth's location and other colonies and stuff like that. Kind of like how the Sangheili, how the Covenant troops acted in Heart of what's it called? No, Heart of Maithrillion. No, that's not it. Oh, what's it called? Heart of Maithrillion, I think it's called. I'm probably butchering that. Someone's gonna have to let me know. It's Halo Evolution's motion comic. I know that for a fact. But in terms of stealth infantry, it would probably work in the same manner as those specialized Covenant troops from that motion comic. But yeah. Okay. Before I go in there and rescue submarines, let me answer another question from Rising Fire. Favorite soundtrack from the Halo franchise? Oh. Favorite soundtrack. That is a really, really, really hard one. Oh, man. There we go. Heart of Midlothian. Heart of Midlothian. Thank you, researcher. Thank you. I knew I wasn't saying it right, so...
The chief's hunting a prophet, and you're gonna help him kill it.
No sense sticking around here.
Yeah. Shut up, let's go.
One more group of Marines to
But back to the question, oh, man. That is honestly a really hard question to answer.
come to the middle level.
Oh,
Get ready.
I think I'm gonna have to go with, the opening soundtrack for Halo 2, where it's set on High Charity. I forget what it's called. I think it's called Sacred Promissory or something like that. I know it's something with sacred or something like that in it. Come on, Mr. Angry Brew. Where the heck is this Angry Brew? There we go. Either that or Follow Us Brothers from Halo 3. Come on. There we go.
The demon in High Charity? This day's madness is far from over.
Oh look! It's a Sangheili! That's something new, a little Sangheili there being imprisoned. Wonder who this lad could be. Yeah, the Mausoleum suit. Yeah, the Mausoleum soundtrack is my favorite also.
So long as you wish to murder more brutes, we share a common purpose.
There we go. A friendly elite.
Let us proceed.
That is one thing I love about this mod, is that you can have an allied elite with you. This mod doesn't get enough credit. Alright, let's go. But yeah, I would say the Mausoleum suit,
Get out of here the same way we came in. The central grav lift.
and I think, what's the other one?
Hostile reinforcements coming down the lift.
Oh no, the soundtrack where Artas is giving his whole speech about we shall reclaim the icon and burn any flood that stand our way. I forget what the name of that soundtrack is, but that one, in my opinion, was the best in that game, in my opinion. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. There's a bunch of Jurahonic. Okay, I'm moving. No. Okay, I'm running. Okay, that was a very stupid move on my part. Stupid move. Okay, there we go. Oh man, I love the brute weapons, but these things overheat so fast. Okay, that's it. I'm had enough of this. There we go. Easy enough.
Pardon, I must obtain something from the armory.
The lift is clear.
Oh, where are you going? Where's Mr. Elite? Where's our Elite buddy? There you are. Go and grab your thing. I don't know what he's getting. Oh, yeah! He's the Honor Guard counselor.
Wait,
Alright.
you two made nice?
Yes, we did, Cortana. Oh! Yes, the Sangheili are now our buddies now. And unlike in Halo, in the vanilla game, we can actually fight alongside the Sangheili. And we can actually see some portion of the Great Schism a bit in High Charity a bit. Alright. So, I'm gonna pause here so I can scroll on down and answer some more questions from my lovely fans here. Alright, there we go. Alright, so, Rising Fire asks, what is the most terrifying moment in the Halo games in your opinion? Ooh. I actually have an answer for that one. the most terrifying moments in Halo, in my opinion, have to be either when, during the events of, I think, what's it called? The Mona Lisa, where, the pilot is being dragged into a protoform Gravemind and just thrown into the whole goop while she's like slowly being consumed by the flood. That, in my opinion, was one of the most terrifying moments in Halo when I was growing up. But more recently, I would say the most terrifying of recent days have been Lucas Browning's experience with the Banished and the Harbinger, especially given the events that we have been told through the events of Rubicon Protocol. Seeing as he literally gave his own life to save, I think it was, I forget her name. It was one of the Spartans, Spartan 4s from the audio logs. But then has to go through what is basically a banished concentration camp, and then has to be tortured in the tower and also being interrogated by the Harbinger and just driven to complete an art of madness. That to me has been one of the most terrifying moments in Halo, in my opinion.
Blessing the brutes now lead our fleets. They ask for your allegiance, and you shall give it.
Oh shit. No. Oh no, where's my... No, my sanctity brethren! There we go. Yes! We have Mechalagola with us as well! Let's smash them! Alright. Alright. Oh, we also have Rangers still. Nice. Go forth, Saint Healy. Avenge the death of the counselors. Alright. Alright. Now that's taken care of. Let's move on to the next series of questions, shall we? From Rising Fire. He asked, did you know that the voice actor of Thelvadom, Keith David, also voiced the Decepticon Barricade from the 2007 Transformers game movie? I did, actually. I did know that. And following up on that, we have Borojevic? Borojevic. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm sorry if it isn't. What is your favorite non-canonical armor for Spartans? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. What non-canon Spartan armor do I like? I'm not really sure, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Oh my god. Yep, as you can see here, guys, look at that. None of this was in the original vanilla game. You can see all the destruction of High Sheridan and all that. Honestly, this is honestly... I really appreciate this mod by actually showing us how destructive the Great Schism was in High Sheridan. Though I wish it would have been more like warlike. This is good. This is good in my opinion. But back to the question. I would say, honestly, I would say the samurai armor in Halo Infinite, the Yori armor. Yeah, the flood have come. Oh, did they destroy a Banshee or a Phantom? Oh, freaking. Oh, you jackal snipers, I forget how infamous you are. Yeah. Slash! There we go. Slash! There we go. I don't care about you humans. All I care about are my saintly brethren and my Mechalekolo Bond brothers. Okay. Moving on to the next question, which comes from Rika Kabasum? Rika Kabasum. Like I said, if I'm mispronouncing that, man, I am totally sorry. What Covenant weapon from earlier game... What? Shut up. I don't care about you. Alright. What Covenant weapon from earlier... What Covenant weapon from earlier games do you think should be coming back? Designs as well as individual weapons. Ooh. Good question. From earlier games, I would say the plasma rifle. Not the brute version as we got in Halo 5. I think the regular blue version should come back. And I also think the fuel rod should come back. The proper fuel rod, not the reskin, not the rocket launcher reskin for fuel rods. Honestly, I don't really, I mean, I'm kind of mixed with the fuel rod Halo Infinite. Like, on one point, I'm glad that they're trying to bring it back, but on the other, just putting it on a reskin of a spanker is just kind of lazy in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. But as to others, like design-wise, I would say the carbine, like this weapon here. And maybe the brute shot? Depending on what kind of class we're gonna get in Halo 7, or whether Halo title 343 or rather, no, not 343. Halo Studios is making at the moment. Oh, bunch of. Okay, You shall die, you heathen scum. There we go. Go forth on a god and avenge your brothers. Alright. Okay, so... Ooh, okay. We got another question from Rising Fire, and he asks, what position would you give Halo Empty Throne in your personal ranking of the Halo novels? Ooh, that is a really, really good question. Honestly, in my opinion, Empty Throne is kind of one of the best Halo novels I've read in recent years, honestly. And that's not to say that the Halo novels we've gotten over the years have been bad. No, on the contrary, they have been really well done. But I think with this one, it definitely feels more war-focused in Halo, especially given with the whole Banished and other faction conflicts out there. If I were to rank it in any of the other Halo novels, I would probably count it as like one of my top 5 favorite Halo novels. I would say probably either number 3. Yeah, I would say number 3. Broken Circle would be first, obviously. Outcast would probably be second. Empty Throne would be third. I would say Envoy would be probably... Oh, you can hear me twice? Hang on. Oh, okay, I'm getting some word from Jaden that I'm being heard twice. Hang on a moment, let me see if I can try and change the volume on my thing. Maybe it's a little too loud and it's starting to echo a bit. How's that, Jaden? Is that a little better? I just adjusted my XLR. Let me know if that's better or not. Actually, let me see if I can try and adjust my thing from, let me see if I can adjust it from OBS. Let me see if I can try that a bit. How's that? Is that any better, or is it just the same? Because, sorry about that. Sometimes that happens from time to time. Still some echo. Okay, let me see. Decrease a bit. Alright. Okay, I just decreased it a bit. I'm pretty sure there will still be a bit of echo. I think that's because of my apartment, or maybe it's the mic. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, let me see. Okay. Okay, how's that? I'm gonna see if I can try to adjust things, try and make it so it's not super unbearable for you guys. Okay, hang on. Let me just get this up. Alright. Okay, thanks, Jaden. Thanks, guys. Like I said, if there's any technical difficulties and all that stuff, just let me know, and I'll try my best to make it less unbearable for you guys. I know that echo can be a bit distracting. Yeah, okay. Now that we got that taken care of, let me move on to the question. Back to the question itself. Like I said, I would count Broken Circle as my first. Outcast would be second. Empty Throne would be third. Envoy would be fourth. And I think the fifth would probably be Rubicon Protocol. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. From Rising Fire, he asked, is there any soundtrack from the Halo franchise that you do not like? If so, why? If there's any soundtrack from the Halo franchise that I don't like... That's a very good question. I don't think I have one. Yeah, I honestly don't think I have a least favorite soundtrack in Halo. Honestly, all these soundtracks in Halo have been great. Honestly, there are some that I like less than most, but none that are like I downright hate. Nothing like that. Oh no, Mr. Sad Grunt. The Sangheili Counselors, you damn brute bastards. Uh-oh. This counselor ain't having any of it. Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. The voice actor who voices this counselor here, spot on. Spot on. Absolutely spot on. And I think his name is Lol Dude. And honestly, he deserves all the praise for his performance as the counselor honor guard. Absolutely perfect. But yeah, back to the question. I honestly don't have a least favorite soundtrack in Halo. No, the Zealot is dead, you bastards! Tell me, okay, for those in chat, tell me this. Would you or would you not try to save the Sangheili at any point in the Halo games? I always try my best to save as many Sangheili as I can. But when a Zealot, a freaking Zealot, is killed, that is always an instant reset for me. But for the purpose of this game, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, throughout the games, I've always tried to save my fellow Sangheili brethren. You shall be missed, and we will sing your songs in the Hall of Eternity, aka the Sangheili Afterlife. Okay. Right. So, back to the questions. Let's move on to another question from Rising Fire. He asked, what type of Halo fan art do you usually like to see? Talking about art style, settings, characters, themes, that kind of stuff. Now, obviously, the art that I always want to see has to be Covenant or Banished or Swords of St. Helios. If it's anything else, I am not interested. And honestly, not showing any disrespect to any Halo artists out there, but there's been way too many art pieces of Spartans and over corpses of dead elites or Covenant forces and stuff like that. Honestly, while I get the purpose of it, it's still kind of cheesy. But back to the question itself, I would say my favorite types of art has to be either Sangheili, Covenant, or Banished. Especially if they're like specially crafted armors, like the new pack that has been released, I think a few weeks ago, that has also the Halo TV show Sangheili armor. Oh no, our dead brothers! You will die for this, you filthy ape dogs. I see you there. There we are. Okay, moving on to another question from Rising Fire. And he asked, what other video game franchises do you like aside from Halo? Good question. I like Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls series. I like the God of War games, the ones that have been released from recent years, like Ragnarok and the 2017 one. Oh, hang on.
Demon, your time has come. Hold fast, brother. The demon is with me. You impress no one but yourself.
See? Look at that! They added a freaking cruiser to this mod. Look at this. Look how beautiful that is.
Leader,
Look at that.
cruiser. By the gods, all warriors, retreat into
Oh,
the interior.
man.
Seal every held entrance.
I also love the,
Brother,
I also love the guy who's voicing this Sangheili leader in the comms.
and a darker time for our race. We've been trying to hold out in the other towers, but we are quickly losing ground. So it seems. I have brought reinforcements, and they are with me now. Where can we assist? We are preparing to evacuate this tower. We are short on time. The diversion would prove most beneficial. The mausoleum will likely be a prime target. Get there. Hold out as long as possible.
Now, fun fact for you guys. The guy who voiced this Sangheili leader in the comms, he actually did help me out a bit with the Ertas Vadum video that released, I think, a few weeks ago. He was the voice of the other Sangheili talking to, like, the main narrator. And honestly, he did a great job. And I cannot stress enough how I'm loving the voice actors for this mod. Really top-notch stuff. Really brings the echo back for the, really echoes the, old days of Sangheili talking. What are these grunts doing? Mr. Grunts, you're walking to a crate. Yo. Come on. There you go. Jesus. Freaking Ongoy. Okay. But back to the question. I would say Elder Scrolls, the God of War franchise, the reboot franchise with the whole Norse themes, and what else? Oh, the Spider-Man games, the Spider-Man, the PS4 and 5 Spider-Man games. Those have been great. Both Spider-Man 1 and 2. They are
Brother,
both great.
You mentioned you have allies with you. Who have you brought? I have a handful of survivors. And something else. I have the demon.
Oh, hang on.
So, Mr. Zartru, you made quite an entrance, demon.
Oh, jeez. This level's gonna be this level's gonna be a fun. Basically, it's gonna be like horde mode where we fight off against a bunch of brutes.
Now!
Yep. All these guys are friendly, and we're defending the mausoleum of the great abattas. Look, all of them. Members of the line of immaculate succession.
Hopefully this buys us some time.
Alright. So yeah, I would say that's definitely not the full list of my favorite other games I like aside from Halo. I'm sure there are others that I probably am forgetting. Oh, yes, actually, the Dishonored game. Both Dishonored 1 and 2. Those games I love. Okay, I'm moving out. Get away, get away. Alright. Yeah, the Dishonored games are also another series that I like. Oh. Oh, you freaking sneaking up behind me, you bastards. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Oh, is that fuel rod? Oh, fuel rods. Mine. There we go. Oh, hang on. Okay. Got that taken care of. Oh. Do you like Forspoken? I do not know what that is, Bitbap. Unfortunately, I'm assuming that's, probably some assassin-type game, or maybe some, probably a fantasy game from the sound of it. I don't really know what that is, honestly, man. But back to the questions. From Rising Fire, he asked, is there anything about Halo 2 that you think could have been improved? Yes, actually. This level. It's, this level actually could have added more about the Great Schism, rather than just having us fight off against both elites and brutes. It could have honestly fleshed out the elites more as you play as Chief. Like I said, with this, with the addition of the Honor Guard, Counselor, and fighting alongside the elites, rather than just killing them and just fighting as an elite, just like that, honestly. I think with this mod, it really fleshes out the Great Schism more. Oh, Oh, jeez! Wow. That was a little intense, wasn't it? But yeah, like I said, I think this level here, Gravemind, could definitely have been improved had there been an option where you fight alongside the elites rather than just killing them alongside the brutes. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pause here so I can scroll on down. Alright. There we go. Okay. So, okay, here we go. Rising Fire spreads its light. Ask, have you had... Let me start again. Sorry, my brain's already freaking failing me. Rising Fire asks, has your character Nakai have ever encountered a Forerunner Promethean? I would say so during the events of the Create Uprising. I wouldn't say he's fought them like during Sunayon or anything like that. But I think he would probably have encountered them during Cortana's subjugation of St. Helios. He probably wouldn't have liked it because, like all St. Helios, he probably chafed under Cortana's heel. Oh! Hang on. Let me take care of some of these brutes. There we go. Yeah, he would probably have encountered them, like, policing his state of Vodar during the duration of the Create Uprising. But, aside from that, I think that's kind of the extent of which Nakai has encountered, Promethean soldiers. Oh, hang on. There we go.
Keep pushing, warriors.
Alright, so, moving on to another question from Rising Fire. He asked, if you could peacefully talk with an ordinary individual, not a main character, from any of the Covenant species, what species would it be, and what things would you have said to that individual? Ooh, good question. If I could speak to, like, an ordinary, individual, I would probably talk to a grunt and just see how it was like to be treated under the Covenant. Either that, or maybe a Kigyar, to pretty much talk about how their society actually works. Because I'm honestly kind of curious on how males normally behave with females being the bosses, pretty much. Okay, hang on. Ugh. And honestly, if I could... How?
The brute bastards are throwing everything they have left in the mausoleum. Hold the line for the Covenant and the Arbiter.
Glory to the Arbiter. Alright. Alright. Oh. No. Yes, I do. Oh, jeez. Freaking. Okay. Yes, I know.
Hold the line for the Covenant and the Arbiter.
Alright. Right. Oh, hang on. Oh! No. jeez. No, 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 get away, get away, get away! I'll hide behind the shield, like a little bitch. Sneak! There we go. Sneak! Sneak! Oh, ah, come on! Okay. Now, let's move on to another question, from, Borojevic. He asked, how did you come up with the character of Nakai? Oh, that's a very good question. Now, for those who don't really follow me on my social medias, I'm also a fan of Game of Thrones. And I kind of based Nakai on Ned Stark, the Lord of Winterfell, who is pretty much a gruff old lord who is also haunted by his deeds during Robert's Rebellion. And I kind of based... Oh, jeez, where did you come from? Freaking brutes, man, falling out of the sky and freaking charging at you. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Counselor Guy. Okay, but back to what I was saying. I based Nakai on Ned Stark in this manner. Like, Nakai is kind of haunted by what he did during the War of Annihilation, particularly killing off human populace and slaughtering dozens of innocent humans. And obviously, I also based the whole fur cloak thing because, come on, fur cloaks with armor is always, like, makes the character 100% more badass. You cannot tell me otherwise. Alright. But yeah, that's pretty much what, how I pretty much based Nakai's character. And I kind of took inspiration from, The Return. The Evolution's, short story plus the, comic series. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. It's the freaking Uber honor guard. Jeez. And they jeez, this is pretty much Tartarus, but with a freaking incendiary staff or something. Alright, I'm gonna try and avoid this guy for a bit so I can answer some more questions. Okay. So, okay. Oh! Here we go. Rising Fire spreads its light asks, favorite things about Halo Envoy and the least favorite things about Halo Envoy. Okay, for this one, I'm gonna have to pause a bit here and put up this. Spoiler for Empty Throne. I'm pretty sure most of you have already read Halo Empty Throne, but for others who haven't read the book, I'm just putting up this sign here to let you guys know that I will be talking about spoilers right now. So if you don't want to be spoiled, I would highly recommend you guys mute this stream a bit just so you don't get spoiled at all. But when I deactivate the spoiler icon here, you can unmute it and I'll just talk about normal stuff. Okay? You have been warned. So, like I said, if you don't want to be spoiled about Empty Throne, mute this stream now. Now. Okay. Now, my favorite thing about Empty Throne is pretty much the expansion of the character of Severin, aka Tartarus' son. I really liked his character development throughout the book. Like, pretty much as a warrior who's trying to step out of the shadow of his father and prove his own worth, but kind of in the wrong ways by also joining the Order of Restoration, which is basically an order trying to restore the original Covenant. Kind of like the Final Order from the sequel series of Star Wars, but not. Like, the Order of Restoration isn't like the Final Order. Like, it's not assembling, like, planet-killing fleets and stuff like that, but it is trying to restore the old Covenant. Alright. Come on. Okay, I'm running away. I'm running away. And that's also... And the Order is honestly another inclusion from the book that I really liked. It really gives us a new way of exploring the Covenant and kind of being like a new kind of remnant group that's kind of a replacement for Jewel and Dama and Celine Neon's Covenant. And with that, therein lies the one thing that my least favorite thing from the book. Celine's Covenant. They really don't really have a established lore to them. They're just, I mean, Celine and his gang are there, but in reality, they're more like a fourth wheel, not really doing anything, if that makes sense. And while I did like his confrontation with Severin and the war chief pretty much killing the Sangheili leader, I don't know, I think Celine Neon was kind of wasted in this book. And quite frankly, throughout the entirety of his existence in Halo, if that makes sense. Okay. So with that, hang on a minute. Okay, guys. Spoiler talk for Empty Throne has stopped. You guys can unmute. You're good to go. Alright. Oh, hang on. Before I do that, let me see if I can get back to the Discord so I can answer more questions and pop out the YouTube chat. Alright. Let's see here. Okay. Now, from Rising Fire Spread Its Light, he asked, oh, jeez, freaking honor guard bastard. Get away from me! Get away! Sorry, I'll answer your questions and just gotta get away from this counselor guy. Or not the counselor guy, the honor guard. The Fuber honor guard guy. Okay. So, Rising Fire asks, is there any weapon from any Halo game that you consider to be useful, but that you don't really use for some reason? Oh, good question. Probably the Bulldog in Infinite. Like, it's not a bad replacement for the shotgun from the other Halo games. I just don't really use it that much. Aside from campaign stuff, honestly. I don't know why. Okay, moving on to another question from Rising Fire. He asked, least favorite levels from Halo 2. Honestly, not gonna try and be elite preferred species, but if I'm gonna be perfectly honest, Master Chief's levels in Halo 2 were kind of my least favorite, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not very... I wasn't really fond... I mean, they weren't bad, but honestly I was more compelled to play through the Arbiter's levels more than Chief's, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. No disrespect to Steve Downes or anything like that. Love him. Awesome guy. But, like, like I said, I prefer the Arbiter's missions myself. Okay, moving on to another question from Rising Fire. He asked, have you seen the option Discord has for making polls? Not really. I haven't really been paying attention to Discord that much lately. I probably should. It would probably help a lot for content and stuff like that. But if I'm perfectly honest with you, I have not really paid attention to much of the oh jeez. Rip to this guy. Yeah, I haven't really paid attention much to Discord stuff lately. Oh jeez. Freaking counselor. Oh, come on. There we go. Slash! Come on. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah! Suck it! Suck it! Yeah! Teabagging on you, you freaking Fuber counselor. Yeah! Yeah! Oh, he's gone. Alright.
You did it.
Yeah, we did it, finally.
The ragged band of being.
Yeah!
When you are ready, brother, make your way to my position.
Alright.
Time we evacuate our ranks while we still can.
Hang on. I'm picking up 2 more transponders. It's the Commander and Johnson. They're closing on Truth's position, Chief. They'll need your help.
Okay. So, before I proceed, and this is going to be where the mod ends, I'm going to answer another question from Rising Fire. And this one is going to be another spoiler thing. So, like I said, when you see this icon, mute the stream so you don't get spoiled for Empty Throne. Alright? You've been warned. I will not be called a spoiler dog in this Discord. You've been warned. Okay. So, Rising Fire asks, does Tool Jiran know that the members of Grey Team were responsible for the destruction of Glaki? Seeing as she worked alongside Grey Team throughout much of Empty Throne, I would imagine they didn't really mention this to her, but if they did, it would probably increase her prejudice against humanity, because those 3 pretty much destroyed a Sangheili colony full with millions of innocent civilians. So I think it would really put a bad reputation for the Sangheili, or not a bad reputation for the Sangheili, would be really bad for the reputation of the UNSC to her views, honestly.
This isn't good. I am getting confirmed reports of flood leaving in Amberclad's wreckage.
Oh, really? I hope nothing bad happens to High Charity.
Before things get really ugly.
Oh, how ugly? How are we talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. Alright, that's finished with Gravemind. But let's see if we can find other mods that we can play. Oh, no, that's not it. I could have sworn. Actually, I'm gonna be a very, oh, actually, let's play, Dig Site, Alpha Moon. In this, mod, we hunt down, Sessa Rufumi in a scrapped, Halo 2 mission. But back to the question itself, I would imagine she wouldn't have thought much of Grey Team, seeing as they destroyed a Sangheili colony world. Throughout much of Empty Throne, she really had a prejudice against the UNSC and humanity itself, because her family and much of her colony of Ronello went off to fight in the War of Annihilation. So she doesn't really hold humans in high regard, honestly. So, yeah. If she knew that a pair of Sangheili, if a pair of humans that she worked alongside throughout the majority of Empty Throne were responsible for the destruction of an entire Sangheili world, she would probably refuse outright to work with them. And it would definitely not play out as it did in Empty Throne. Much of the events of Empty Throne wouldn't have happened. And I think by that point, I think the members of Grey Team have... I think they've really come to peace with what happened with, what happened on Gliki. Well, when I say that, I mean, like, they've kind of have been I would say content for with what happened. I wouldn't say they've reconciled with what happened. But, I don't know. They didn't mention it at all in the book, so it's really hard to say, in my opinion. So. Okay, so with that, I'm going to get rid of this icon. Okay, spoilers are done. You guys can unmute, and we can resume our little talk, our little Q&A session. Alright, so with that, let me just get everything back up. Alright. Moving on to another question from Rising Fire. He asked, oh, hang on. Grab a carbine here. He asked, would you like to see Keith David voicing Megatron's Prime / The Fallen from the Transformers franchise? Yeah. I would very much like to see, Mr. David voicing The Fallen. He has the voice for it, I would say. I mean, hell, Mark Hamill voiced him in, the Machinima Transformers, Combiner War series, so I think Keith David would make a perfect, Megatronus Prime. Oh, for those who don't know, these cannons pretty much fire, Wraith mortar tanks at a large distance, as you can see right there. Okay, let me just clear out some of these heretical scum of Sesarifume, and I will answer some more questions. Oh! There we go.
Good. Now, find the next cannon placement. The defenses have been weakened, but there are still heavy
There we go.
firing from your area. Find them and destroy them.
Come on. Okay. Now that we cleared out... Oh, no, we haven't. Yes, you've been shot, and now you've been killed. Oh, there we go. Alright. Now we cleared them out. Oh. Where is the other one? There you are. Freaking popping up like weeds. Alright. There we go. Now, back to the questions from Rising Fire. He asked, what would be your name if you were a Prime from Transformers? Ooh. What would my Prime name be? Oh, I have a good one. Oculus Prime. Probably the Prime of Foresight. Kind of like Alpha Trion in the Aligned continuity. Or Helium Prime or something like that. Something like all fancy Greco-Roman type of name. Yeah. Okay, another question from Rising Fire, and he asked, who is the most despicable individual in the Halo universe in your... Okay, actually, no, that's not right. Who is the most despicable individual from the Halo universe in your opinion? Henry Glassman. Henry Glassman, without a doubt. I despise Henry Glassman. But, jokes aside, that is my least favorite human in all of Halo. For those who know me, the reason why I hate Glassman is because he's just a bumbling idiot. He is literally the Jar Jar Binks of Halo. And I wish he died on the Infinity when the band stormed it. I genuinely hope. But the most despicable human... no. The most despicable individual in Halo, in my opinion... Good question. I would say there are two. One, the Prophet of Exquisite Devotion from Broken Circle. He is pretty much a sadistic Sanshayum who tortures Sangheili for kicks. I remembered he had Zoe Reskin watch as he pretty much used a anti-gravity chamber to pretty much kill a couple of Sangheili. Just for the mere pleasure of it.
One gun remains.
And the other, honestly, Catherine Halsey. Like, her work on the Spartan 2 program alone makes her one of the most despicable human beings out there. I get why she had to do it. I get it had to bring an end to the whole insurrection. I get that it was meant to ensure peace, but you're taking, like, almost 100 human children across the galaxy, kidnapping them from their homes, from their families, and replacing them with these Flash clones that are genetically made to be killed off within a matter of weeks. Like, that alone, that is honestly one of the most despicable acts a human being could do to another, in my opinion. And plus, she's narcissistic. She always wants to be right. Like, especially after the events of the Human Covenant War. And that pretty much led to her defection to Jul 'Mdama. So in my opinion, she's one of the most despicable human beings out there. If not for merely for her treatment of the children of the Spartan 2s, and for basically betraying humanity for Jul 'Mdama. Alright, I'll move on to more questions. I just gotta take care of some of these heretics.
At last,
Oh,
all warriors descend. The path is clear.
alright. Come, my Sangheili brothers. Let us cleanse this planet of these heretical scum. Yes, legions, come. Alright. these three answers.
My weapons are ready.
Wow, they messed them up. Alright.
Have a secure landing zone. The time has come to find the heart of this heresy and tear it to pieces.
Go forth, brothers.
Blocks our way. These pieces look weaker than the others. Use your vehicle's weapons to clear a path.
Alright. Hang on. I will answer more questions. I just have to, take care of some of these. Okay. Right. Borujevic asks, what is your favorite and least favorite normal human in Halo? Oh, I kind of already gave my least favorite human, Henry Glassman. I've already kind of explained that whole deal. My favorite human? Favorite human, though. I would say Olympia Vale. Because she's a simp for the Sangheili culture. And, yeah, she's hot. So yeah, that's pretty much my whole explanation there, right then and there. Alright, I'm gonna take care. Yes, we get it. Oh, hang on. There we go. Now that the path has been cleared, I will answer some more questions. Hold on. Let me just pause here so I can scroll on down to the other list in the Discord. And, oh, here we go. We have a whole bunch of questions from Supreme Commander Cam Va Alamai. His question is, his first question is, how are you doing today? Doing pretty well. A little tired. Little under the weather, but not too horrible. He asked, have you had water today? I have not, unfortunately. His other question is, would the Covenant have accepted humans had Menegan Bias not talked about the humans as the inheritors of the Forerunners? Good question. If they hadn't learned about the whole truth about the humans being the inheritors of the Forerunners from Menegan Bias, I think they might have been offered a choice in the Covenant, had it not been for the revelation. It's definitely possible. The conflict would definitely last, like, I think at least a few years until the prophets would say, hey, humanity, you can join the Covenant if you want. Though, given the fact that the humans aren't as, let's say pious as, like, the Sangheili grunts or Jirohanai, it would have made joining them all very, very difficult. They could have entered into some sort of military alliance, kind of like how the Kikiar were after their little encounter with the Covenant. I wouldn't say it would be impossible for the humans to join the Covenant, but it would probably be of the same context as, like, the Kikiar had been. Whoop, hang on. Oh, jeez. My Wraith is losing a lot of damage. I'm gonna yank it from my companion here. Oi, where are you going? Come back here. Come back here. My Wraith. Alright. moving on to another question from Supreme Commander. He asked... Oh, hang on. Let me take care of some of these turrets. Freaking bounce that grenade out of the air. Alright. Clear the path. There we go. Alright. Moving on to another question. What sort of culture would you like to see explored in the Covenant species? Could we perhaps see a historical equivalent to the Mayans or the Romans, with something like the elites or the prophets? I wouldn't put it past that we could get something kind of like that, like something of a pre-Covenant Sangheili civilization, like the Mayans, like in terms of like Sangheili Kaidons waging war against one another, or a certain Sangheili Brotherhood going against the Sangheili Kaidon, aka the Swords of Sanghelios. But, something like the Romans? I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. But I hope to see something like that one of these days. Okay. Moving on to another question. Supreme Commander asks, are you going to attend HCS this year? I am indeed. I definitely plan on making to the Halo World Championship. I wasn't able to go in 2024 because my brother was getting married that week, so I wasn't able to attend. Thankfully, now I don't have to deal with any of that. So unless anyone is getting married during this time, I will be free to go to Worlds this year and see my fellow Covenant nerds out there. And I just got killed. Lovely. Alright, I'm gonna try and stay back and mortar some of these cubbies, or these heretic scums. There we go. Come on. There we go. I had a great time at Worlds in 2023, so I really hope I get to see more of you guys when I come this year. Okay, hang on. I like the addition of the spirits for the heretic factions, while the Covenant has the phantoms. Nice little addition, in my opinion. Oh, okay, did not see you. Alright. Moving on to another question from Supreme Commander. He asked... oh, hang on. Yeah, soak it. He asked, are there any other traditional melee weapons the elites have? After holding their own curved blade in my hand, I've noticed it can be used as an axe. I think there have been other Covenant or Sangheili melee weapons. I think there's like a short dagger version of curved blade. There's the burn blades, the kind of spiritual successors of the curved blades. I do know that there are lances. There are what are there? I think there are other sword types other than curved blades, as we saw in Halo 2 Anniversary's terminals. What else? I think that's it for melee weapons, I think. I'm most likely forgetting something. If I am, please let me know in the comments. But, yeah, I think that's it in terms of melee weapons. Yeah. Okay, moving on to another question from Supreme Commander. He asked, do you want to see a full-length book of the Anvil Station and its inhabitants? Sure. A book about, Anvil Station? Yeah. I could see it kind of working like a Deep Space Nine kind of book. Kind of like with Sanghelian humans cooperating with one another, while, potentially, helping out, the UNSC and the Swords of Sanghelios after the events of the Create Uprising. We could see them, helping out, potentially helping out, Sergeant Johnson Academy for Military Science, seeing as it's being taken over by, a certain, Banished AI, who I think you guys know, who rhymes with the name of Erebus. Oh no, not Erebus. Oh my god, it's Iritus, by the way, not Boratus, or what the heck I just said. Come on, die already! Freaking, there we go. But yeah, I would very much like to see a Anvil Station kind of thing. Yeah. Moving on to another question from Supreme Commander. He asked, do you hope to see the next? What do you hope to see in the next Halo game? Who do you want to see make an appearance in, aside from the obvious ones? Aside from the obvious ones like the Arbiter and the Shadow of Intent. I would like to see the Infinity make an appearance, as we don't really know what happened to him, what happened to it after the Banished attacked it in the beginning of Halo Infinite. I hope we see Lord Hood. I hope we see Lord Hood. Honestly, I hope we generally see the Sword of Sanghelios make an appearance in the next Halo game, because the swords, honestly, aside from Halo 5, the swords really have been confined only to the books, and which is honestly a general shame, as the swords, in my opinion, are one of the more interesting factions in Halo at the moment. Aside from the Banished. Oh, jeez, I gotta take care of this freaking turret. Moving. Come on. There we go. Okay, I'm moving. Come on. Ah! Balls. Yeah. Honestly, I hope we see the return of the swords, the Infinity, and honestly, I hope we see Atriox make an appearance. Because I really want to know what the Endless have in store in the future of Halo. Yeah. Alright, moving on to another question from Supreme Commander, and he asked, can the elites be enlisted into the UNSC as soldiers, in your opinion? At this point, I don't think so, because right now the Sanghelian humans, while they still have a cooperative relationship, there's still some animosity between the elites and humans at the moment, as evident in Empty Throne. So, right now, I don't think it's possible for the elites to enlist into the UNSC. At best, we can expect them to operate kind of the same manner as Ait Savi in Halo Escalation as just mercenaries for hire by Oni. Oh, hang on. Oh wait, you can play explosives? Oh! Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could plant explosives on those things. Oh, wow. Alright, I'm going back to my Wraith. Running! Running, 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 running! Alright, moving on to another question from Supreme Commander, and he asked... what is your favorite franchise universe setting? Oh, no. What is your favorite Fractures universe setting? I honestly don't... I mean no disrespect to Halo Studios for trying their thing, but I really kind of don't like Fractures. I mostly prefer the in-universe thing, not really uncanonical stuff. I do like some of the whole the created Sloan thing with the simulations with the robot-like armor in Halo Infinite. But aside from that, in my opinion, just
We shall slay these heretics together.
Yeah! Who's heretic? Kill heretic.
Typical grunts. Alright. Moving on to another question from Supreme Commander, and he asked, do we have possible new gestalts, like the Hunters, with different new forms that they do combat into? That they can combine into? Aside from, like, the Slugmen that we've got confirmed, like, a few years back, we haven't really gotten any news of any new, gestalts for the, like, Golem. Aside from, of course, the Goliaths, the Scarabs, and that kind of thing. Oh! Hang on. Oh, no. Heretics have me in a bind. I'll get back to the questions in a moment. There we go. Oh no. Friggin'. Piss off, Banshee! There we go. Yeah! Come on! Come on! Jeez, these heretics have me in freaking bind. Urgh. Come on! Where you going, huh? Where you going? There you go. There you go. Oh! There we go. Oh, why won't you die? There we go. There we are. Okay, sorry about that. Let me just pause here so I can scroll on down and answer some more questions. Alright. Alright. Let me just... Oh, there we go. Alright. So, Supreme Commander asked, what sort of new weapons do you want to see in the next Halo game? What sort of projectiles do you want to see them firing? Like I said in the beginning, early on in the stream, I really want them to just return some of the old classic Halo weapons. Like I said, the plasma rifle, the fuel rod, probably the shotgun, the classic shotgun, Magnum, honestly, concussion rifle too. The concussion rifle was honestly one of my favorites in Halo Reach. But yeah. From whose point of view would you like to see a story or game be told in? Probably Grey Team, based on what we saw in Empty Throne, or not Empty Throne, Halo Envoy. Imagine it, like kind of a co-op game where you play as either Jai, Adriana, or Mike, combating against some Covenant remnant group, or maybe even the Banished. And fighting alongside them, and maybe even going through some flashbacks to the destruction of Gliki, or the whole events of Halo Envoy. I don't know. Oh, also, obviously, Tool Jiran from Shadow of Intent. That game, that would be an awesome game to have you play as the Scion or the Half-Jaw fighting against the Banished or some surviving Sanshayu warlord or something like that. Okay, moving on to another question from Supreme Commander, and he asked, do you think we'll get to see the Forerunner capital of Maethrillium be rediscovered once again? Who do you want to be in the group that finds it? Oh, who do you want to be in the group that finds it? Honestly, I don't imagine we'll ever get to Maethrillium at all in the Halo games. Well, actually, not in the games, but we could see a rediscovery of it in the Ryan Forge book series. And if so, I would like to see Ro Barutami rediscovering it, because in the lore, he tried to find Maethrillium via relics he uncovered on Reach during the events of Halo Reach. And it would be kind of neat to see if he actually survived the events of Long Night of Solace, where his ship was destroyed. So, I think if he were to survive, I think it should be him that discovers Maethrillium. Oh no. Okay, I'm running now. Ooh, yeah, I'm definitely running. Definitely running. I'm running like a bitch. Run like a bitch. But yeah. Moving on to another question from Supreme Commander, and he asked, do you have a cosplay of your own? I do not. But back in the day, I made a Halo 5 Arbiter cosplay. It was kind of cheaply made, but it was a well-made effort. But it didn't last too long, I'm afraid. Oh. Come on. Come on. Well, the will of the prophets isn't the only one guiding his hand. It's this freaking nerd right here. Come on. There we go. Okay, moving on to another question from Supreme Commander, and he asked, did the elites ever made their own ballistic weapons before they used Sudanese crystals? I'm pretty sure they did, probably when they made the carbines, as one I'm being shot with right now. I don't remember the top of my head, though, if they made ballistic weapons before the events that they made, needlers and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they did in Broken Circle. I don't remember the name of the weapon, though. I think it was the crossbow-like weapon from that book. I'm fairly certain I'm wrong on that, but that is just a rough, educated guess. Oh boy. We have more of those Wraith towers.
Our vehicles will not help us.
Alright, I'm gonna try and hijack their ghost.
Take me.
There we go. I'm gonna...
Their sights. This road shall be destroyed.
Okay, there we go. Oh, false. Okay, I'm running. I'm running for it. I'm making a run for it. Come on. There we go. Alright, that can's done. Let's move on to another question from Supreme Commander, shall we? And he asks, are there any other planetary animals that you would like to see on St. Helios? Are there any modern animals you want to see have a counterpart on St. Helios? Modern counterpart. Good question. I'm not entirely sure. In terms of, like, human counterparts for, St. Helios wildlife, it'd be kind of nice to see if we had, like, any, counterparts to, like, dinosaurs or any, oh, jeez, where's the... Come on! There we go. It would be nice to see if we had any confirmations for any wildlife that are akin to, like, wolves or bears or even lions. Because we know the Helios squirrel is kind of like a pseudo Sangheili dragon type thing. But aside from that, we don't really know much about other native predators on St. Helios at this time. So, yeah. Alright, let's move on to another question from our dear Supreme Commander. And he asks, would you like to see a Halo RPG game of any sort? When and where should it take place? Ooh, an RPG. That's a very good question. I'm not entirely sure.
They would destroy the Oracle.
Either during the events of the War Beginnings, the war that pretty much founded the Covenant, or the conflict, or the events of the Blooding Years, where you play as a Sangheili that you can swore allegiance to either the Swords of St. Helios, Jewel and Dama's Covenant, the Banished, or the Servants of the Abiding Truth. Kind of like in the way of the Star Trek online game. That kind of thing. But yeah. His second to last question is, have you played the new Monster Hunters Wild game? I have not. And his final question from Supreme Commander is, what are you most excited about in the future of Halo? I'm excited about the new visuals that we got to see at the end of Worlds. The whole visuals there were just stunning, and I'm curious to see where the Flood will be taken into account in this new Halo game. Hopefully it's not a remaster of Halo Combat Evolved. I really hope it's just something brand spanking new. It deserves something new. It doesn't need another remaster or another remake or anything like that. It deserves its own time. It deserves a new content, in my opinion. But yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna pause pause here so I can scroll on down to answer some more questions from our lovely chaps here. Alright. So, Arcos, he asked, what is your favorite subspecies of Kigyar? Oh, that's obvious. The Ibishan. The reptilian Ibishans. They look cool. I've always been a sucker for reptilian-looking species, and the Ibishan more than definitely fit that margin. Obviously. Now, as to his second question, do you prefer the Kigyar speaking in their own native tongue or talking in the games? Also, it's Val Eardul is how it's pronounced. Oh, sorry. Sorry, man. My pronunciations are entirely not great unless I'm hearing them. That's a good question. If I like to hear Kigyar speaking in their own tongue or in English. That's a very good question.
The prophets have betrayed you as they
I would say in English, because it's really interesting to see how they talk. Like, they kind of have like a squeaking kind of, like, screeching kind of tone to it.
Where are your prophets now?
Something like that.
The
I don't know.
prophets chose you as their instrument.
Oh, here we go.
You may
We're
not
taking care of Sessa. Here we go. Oh, okay, I'm losing my ammo. Oh boy. Okay, I got hide. Okay. Okay. Definitely not Jaden. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, Lucifer. I'm sorry. My pronunciations are really crap, man. I'm assuming that's you who has been asking all these questions in Discord. My bad. My bad. Oh. Sorry. Oh, man. Okay, definitely not Jaden ask. Do you know of any good Halo Space PvP games? Like, space PvP games in general? Aside from Sins of the Prophets, I suppose. Since I tried that one out, but I'm super into space-based or ship-based combat game, and I love games like that. Aside from Sins of the Prophets, I don't know any of that, my friend. I'm so sorry. Yeah, aside from that, it's there. As much as I would love to see more ship-based games like Sins of the Prophets, aside from that kind of mod, there really isn't any space combat games. Aside from obviously the Saber and Broadsword games from Halo Reach and Halo 4, respectively. Okay. And side note, do you think that vehicle-based and space-based combat has had enough recognition in Halo? We have, of course, had the Reach Saber missions, but I feel like as if a capital ship-based combat game would fit Halo. Just wanted to hear someone else's opinion. It could work. You're right. I think it doesn't really have much, aside from what I said with Halo 4 and Halo Reach. We really haven't really gotten that much space combat games. A capital ship kind of game would be nice to play. But yeah, honestly, I think if we had like a ship-to-ship combat thing, kind of like what Star Trek Online has, where you have your own ship going against an enemy cruiser or destroyer or something like that, it would be a nice kind of touch for Halo if we ever get to like an RPG game like I said earlier with Supreme Commander's question. So. Oh, of course not. It's not. Of course it's not you, Jaden. Of course. I just saw your freaking thing on live chat. But yeah. Okay, moving on to another question from Gideon Geo26. He asked if you could make a Splinter Covenant faction to pitch to Halo Studios, what would the concept and motivation be? Could be a fun video idea. Oh. In terms of a new Covenant faction? Very, very good question, actually. I don't think I have one. Aside from like a brand spanking new Covenant faction, the Covenant faction I would personally pitch would be bringing back Supreme Commander Loru Tolulume's faction that we got a little tease in one of the earlier Canon Fodder articles from way back in the day. Probably exploring his faction more, if that makes sense. Aside from like a brand spanking new, I really don't have that. My creative processing is not as good as you might think, my friend. So I don't know. Sorry, my opinions are kind of not as creative. Alright, so, Arcos says, if you could make... Oh, wait. No, Arcos asks, what is your favorite melee weapon from the Halo series? Oh, the Energy Sword. Energy Sword, beyond a doubt. Though I do like the, Diminisher of Hope, Gravity Hammer variant in Halo Infinite. That is a favorite, in my opinion. And what else? What other type of melee weapon do I like? Yeah, I think that's it. The Energy Sword, particularly the Bloodblade variants from Halo. Especially in Infinite, after killing Jega Erdamnai. Alright, Hayabusa asks, can we bring back Thel Ladami? Oh, yeah, Thel Ladami, the Major from the package. And what thoughts on his role would be? If Thel Ladami ever came back, it's difficult to say what kind of role he would be in. Seeing as in the package, for those who don't know, Thel Ladami was the Major we fought in... It's the Major that Master Chief fought at the very end of the Halo Legends short story, The Package, where you free Catherine Halsey from the Covenant and you fight this Major. That was Thel Ladami. Originally, apparently, he was originally meant to be the Arbiter that we play right now. But he was given a brand spanking new name, and that was honestly the last we saw of him. But if he ever were to come back in Halo, I would honestly want him to become a member of the Banished, because throughout the package, he didn't really seem to be that pious. He was more pragmatic, militaristic kind of a person. So him being part of the Banished would kind of fit, in my opinion. Oh, I think this is the end, where we take down...
I would rather die by your hand than let the prophets lead me to slaughter.
Oh,
Who has taught you these lies?
Oh yeah, I forgot. This one has like the old sketches from back in the day.
I am 343 Guilty Spark. I am the monitor of installations.
Yeah, honestly, like I said, Hayabusa, I think, Hayabusa? Yeah, I think that's how it's pronounced. I think it would be nice to bring back
This modification was
him back.
most
He's in
enjoyable.
term of a banished commander, probably a warlord, maybe, kind of like Orna Folsom was.
That
Um,
is the Oracle. So it is.
And the role, I wouldn't be surprised if he would take part in the whole banished invasion of Suban, like Orna Folsom is right now. I don't know, just food for thought. And with that, the mod is done. And I think I'm going to answer the last bit of these questions and then conclude the stream from here. Alright, and for Rising Fire Spreads Its Light, what do you think of the mods you have played for the live stream? Honestly, I love them both. Like I said, I really love Gravemind Revamped, because the whole, like, addition of the Great Schism, like, fleshing it out more with additional elites coming in from the Phantoms, the friendly Honor Guard counselor guy, and honestly, that whole horde mode type setting in the Mausoleum was really fun, if not particularly frustrating, because of that freaking Fuber brute Honor Guard guy. This mod also is pretty nice. Nothing too crazy. But it was fun to play. In terms of fighting off against heretics and playing as the Arbiter again. But yeah. Okay, Jaden asks, oh, this is the... Oh, I thought you weren't Jaden there, my friend. For a moment there, it says definitely not Jaden, but now it says Jaden. I see you there. Playing your little freaking games on me. Okay, Jaden asks, what was the first Halo game you ever played, and which one is your favorite? Funny enough, Halo 2. I remember playing it for the first time, and I remembered watching the whole opening cutscene of Halo 2, where you're on High Charity and you're confronted by the prophets and all that, and I remembered, I just freaking loved the Honor Guards. And I remembered in preschool, there was a whole custom where you get to hold the flag of the United States and all that stuff. I desperately wanted to hold that flag just so I could pretend to be an honor guard back in the day. That was very... I was so determined. I never got the chance to do it. But I was so wanting to do that back in the day. And obviously, like I said, my favorite of all the Halo games has to be Halo 2. Like I said, playing as the Arbiter is very fun, and I love playing as the elites in Halo. So yeah, it definitely did a good job in fleshing out the Covenant as a civilization and making you feel for the elites that you've been fighting since Halo Combat Evolve. So yeah. And our last question, the last question for the Q&A live stream goes to Gideon Geo26. And he asks, which Sangheili do you feel has done the most damage to human-elite relations in the post-war era? Oh, that's a fair question. The elite that has done the most damage to human-elite relations. That's a very difficult question. I would say Avu Mentelkam, the leader of the Servants of the Abiding Truth, because he literally kickstarted the Blooding Years. And while it technically didn't really damage human-elite relations, it did, like, delay it significantly, because Oni helped supplied him with arms and helped him out a bit in the whole events of the Siege of Kolar, the Battle of Verdun, that pretty much kickstarted the Bloody Years. And that whole battle pretty much helped, like, push the Sangheili and the Arbiter to war for the last, like, what was it, 6 years? 6 or 7 years? And in all that time, it could have helped bolstered, the human elite relationships by miles. Instead, the whole blooding years happened, and it just preoccupied the Arbiter. I don't know, that to me seems like that would have done a lot more damage to human elite relations in post-war. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I think that's it for the Q&A live stream. Oh, and actually, I want to answer this one question in live stream from David, who I'm not gonna bother pronouncing the last name because I'm gonna butcher that so bad. But David, no, the skirmishers are not extinct. They are as alive as any Kigyar subspecies. They're just more. They're still on their asteroid colony of Tavau. They're just doing their own thing. There are some instances where we see Tavauans in Halo, like Rise of Atriox, Empty Throne, the Ryan Forge series, and a whole bunch of areas. They're just less prominent in other games. Well, actually, they do kind of make an appearance in Halo Infinite, but the Skirmisher title itself is in the game, not the Tavauan subspecies that we see in Halo Reach. But yeah. No, they're not extinct. They are alive and well. So, yeah. And with that, I think that will do it for the live stream. Thank you all for joining up. Thank you for asking all your questions. It is very... I love interacting with you guys all the time. Even though I mispronounce most of your names so badly. And I apologize for that. But yeah. We'll be at it next month for April. Like I said, if you guys want to have your questions answered in the future, like I said in the beginning, all you need to do is go to our Discord server. It's in the description box below. Just join up and ask your questions in the Q&A submissions in our community tab. And aside from that, you can just share your content from your art, memes. You could talk about Halo. You could talk about Fallout. There's a whole bunch of categories to talk about in the Discord. And just make new friends. And just talk about Covenant or Halo stuff if you prefer. But until then, guys, may the light of ours guide your path. Victory, clan, and kin, Covenant fans. Covenant Canon, out.